Hello, my name is Warren Hell, goaltender for the Iroquois Nationals and Halifax Thunderbirds, and I'm here today to read a part of Akhwatsirehko, My Big Family. And the part I'll be reading today is about one of my good buddies, Randy Staats. And just to share a couple things about him that you'll learn in the book. A lot of the experiences that he mentions is something that I can attest to, and he's someone that carries a lot of passion with him about the game of lacrosse, and he's been successful, and it's been nothing but hard work and dedication to the game, so it's great to see. I started lacrosse when I was 3 years old. My dad got me into it and has been a mentor to me and my brother my entire life. Without a doubt, lacrosse is a high-paced and one of the most physical sports in the world. The game, also called the little brother of war, is unique in a way, originally being played by the indigenous inhabitants of Turtle Island to settle disputes between nations and family. It is equally unique in that it is the only sport in the world where a world championship is competed by a group of indigenous people, the Iroquois Nationals. Many great lacrosse players have established themselves through the Iroquois Nationals program, and many have competed in world championships in both indoor box and outdoor field games. One of those players is a Six Nations product who has excelled at every level he has played in since he has picked up the stick. He is from the Mohawk Nation Turtle Clan and a graduate of Syracuse University, where he starred for the Orange for 2 seasons. He's a 2-time Mann Cup champion, while also enjoying a ton of professional success playing indoor lacrosse for the Georgia Swarm, where he was named 2016 Rookie of the Year before winning an NLL championship in 2017. He also enjoyed a great success playing outdoor field with the Atlanta Blaze and was named an MLL All-Star in 2019. He is one of the Iroquois Nationals' most prominent stars and one of the best pure goal scorers in the world. Randy Staats. Staats has been tremendously successful over his lacrosse career. In the box game, Randy has helped his hometown community of Six Nations win numerous provincial and national minor box championships. As an exceptional 15-year-old, Staats also began playing with the Six Nations Arrows at the highest level of junior lacrosse in Canada, where he won many team and league awards. His talent gave him the opportunity to be recruited by the Hill Academy near Toronto, Ontario, where he was coached by lacrosse legend Brody Merrill, who regarded Randy as the most complete high school player. Stott soon found himself taking his talents to collegiate level, starting with 2 years at Onondaga Community College in Syracuse. During his 2 years at OCC, Randy would earn All-American honors in consecutive years, while also setting a school record with 156 points in 18 games. Staats would transfer to Syracuse University the following season and would instantly make his mark, scoring 56 points in 2014, and as a senior would follow up with 53 points while playing less games. Staats also won 2 Mann Cups, Senior A national championships as a member of the Six Nations Chiefs. With such an impressive resume in both the box and field games, it is no surprise that Staats was drafted into both professional lacrosse leagues. Randy was selected 29th overall in 2015 MLL draft by the Rochester Rattlers, and was also selected 6th overall in the 2015 NLL draft by the Georgia Swarm, where he won league honors as Rookie of the Year 2016 and won the league championship in 2017. Randy also has been highly successful in international competition, and as a 15-year-old was given an exceptional status by the World Lacrosse Organization to compete for the Iroquois Nationals in the 2008 Under-19 World Championships, where he helped his nation capture just their 2nd bronze medal at the competition. 4 years later, Randy would return to the Iroquois Nationals to compete for the 2012 U19 World Championships, and again would help the team capture the bronze medal while also making history in the round robin as the Iroquois Nationals defeated the United States for the first time at any level of international field lacrosse competition. Randy's talents were instantaneously recognized by the men's national team, and Staats would go on to star at the 2014 FIL World Lacrosse Championships in Denver. Randy would help the Iroquois Nationals capture a bronze medal for the nation's first ever medal at the top level field event. Staats followed that with a tremendously impressive 32-point performance at the 2015 World Indoor Lacrosse Championships, where he would help his team capture a silver medal in yet another historic moment as the Iroquois Nationals hosted the international competition for the first time at the Haudenosaunee capital in Onondaga Nation territory. Randy would go on to compete with the Iroquois Nationals team at the 2018 World Lacrosse Championships, where he would once again help the team capture a bronze medal, just their second at the competition. Staats' perseverance and veteran leadership were recognized at these games and was evident of his transition from being a young star to a well-recognized leader, not only with the Iroquois team, but at the Haudenosaunee community. For Randy, like many Haudenosaunee people, there's always an emphasis on family. I started playing lacrosse when I was 3 years old. My dad got me into it, and he has been my mentor to me and my brother my entire life. I remember me and my brother always playing in the backyard and keeping a stick in our hands. For Staats, it was those intense games that broke out with his brother where he fell in love with the game. That's where it all started for me, playing in the yard and shooting around by myself. Lacrosse runs in my family. My uncles played, my grandfathers played, and it's one of those things that's ingrained in you when you grow up on a reservation. You can drive around my community and see lacrosse nets in everyone's yard and see all the kids playing. It's a great thing to see, and it's something that I grew up into. Randy has excelled in every aspect of lacrosse. The game has been generous to him and has taken him to many places around the globe. When asked what the game of lacrosse means to him, he chuckles and takes a long pause. Everything. I've been everywhere and I met a ton of people. I met most of my friends because of this game, and some of the closest people in my life come from lacrosse. I've been playing with Warren Hill probably since I was 4 years old and have played on his team ever since. That's a lot of friend time, and we've been close friends since then. I also made friends like Dane Smith and Lyle Thompson, and guys I played with also became close friends over the years. Randy pauses once again before he smiles and says, "That's a very broad question." Coming from Six Nations of the Grand River Reservation, Randy is just one of many people who has excelled at lacrosse, which means much more than just a game to the Haudenosaunee people. As we have come to see in this book, lacrosse shares a special place in the minds of Indigenous players. Like I said before, I think the sport is ingrained in us. Lacrosse has been a medicine game to our people for thousands of years. It's something that never leaves my people and something that we take great pride in. I think about the Iroquois Nationals where we're picked from 80 people, while other nations choose from way more. And it just so happens we're still able to put 23 of the best players in the world, and I think for the elders in the community, I think it means everything to get us to see us succeed. They live through us and we play for them. We make them happy when we score, and it feels awesome. Staats is a member of the new wave of Iroquois players who have established themselves as a top Division I collegiate athlete at the NCAA level. Along with other Indigenous stars like Lyle Miles Thompson, Warren Hill, Zed Williams, Brendan Bawberry, and Tohoga Nanticoke. As an Indigenous person, Randy likes to encourage young athletes to work for their dreams and knows it takes a lot of work to get to that level. If it wasn't for lacrosse, I don't think I would have graduated from school and did what I did. School is school, and it can get tough at times. But if it wasn't for lacrosse, I would never have gone to OCC in Syracuse. Life as a student athlete is hard. It's really hard. You have to be responsible, you have to go to class, but you also got to be a good person and a good teammate. It teaches you to organize everything and get things done on time. As a student athlete, you're on a strict schedule. You got to wake up, go work out, you got to go to class, you go to practice, you do homework, and you got to learn how to balance it. It's a different lifestyle, but it's something I really enjoyed and something I miss a lot. School can be a drastic change in a pace for Indigenous people who, for most, are leaving their home communities and families for the first time. While lacrosse came easy to Randy, the school part was not always one of Randy's strengths, and he mentioned some difficulties he had in school, but encourages young student athletes to take pride in their studies. My biggest advice is to be yourself and to stay on the right path. For a young kid, I think you always want to keep a stick in your hand and stay on the right path by being a good person, because that goes a long way in everything you do in life. It's much more than a game, and I think if you're a good person, it can take you far in whatever you do. I think another thing I would say is to focus on school as much as lacrosse. School was always kind of difficult for me, and I wish I would have worked as hard as in the school as I did lacrosse. Staats was named the finalist for the Thornton Trophy in 2014 as a top collegiate player in the nation, and encourages all young athletes to take advantage of the athletic scholarships that are available. Indigenous or not, I think it's important to take advantage of those things. For people as a whole, if you have talent, you should let the world see it. And if you get to go to school for free, that's a blessing, and it's something that no one can take away from you. Take advantage of those scholarships. If it's music, if it's soccer, if you have the grades, if you can get a scholarship and go to school, that's awesome. It just doesn't have to be lacrosse. Take what you do passionately and love every bit of it. Randy has been nothing short of outstanding in every aspect of lacrosse. Whether it be indoor or outdoor, Staats says he owes much of his success to the box game which he grew up playing. Personally, I think it's easy to go from box to field, and it is way harder to go from field to box. Some of the best players in the world try to go from field to box, and it's a very different game. In box, the field is smaller, the game is quicker, and your reactions and thought process have to be faster. And you need to have precise passing and shooting. It's much more confined, whereas in field you can really take your time and dodge one-on-one. And I don't want to say it's more individual because there are 6 guys on the field, but I would say it's more individualized. Where in the box, you have to work with someone else to get open, and if you don't get open, you're not going to score. As a member of the Iroquois Nationals, and as someone with such a tremendous resume with the sport of lacrosse, Randy knows he isn't just playing for himself, nor is he playing for just his family, but an entire confederacy of people as well as Indigenous people around the globe. I just competed in my 6 World Games, and I think anyone who has ever put on the Iroquois Nationals jersey will easily tell you it's one of the greatest feelings in the world. It's indescribable playing for a people and not just a nation. With so many accomplishments on his resume, Randy pauses and thinks hard about his fondest moment in the game. That's a tough one, but I think the most satisfying feeling I ever got from lacrosse is when I got into Syracuse. That was my biggest accomplishment. At just 26 years old, Randy has been a dominant force for the Iroquois program for over a decade. His success has taken him across the world and helped him get an education. Randy's hard work and dedication to the game of lacrosse has not gone unnoticed, and it is clear to see that he will continue to wear the colors of the Iroquois Nationals and proudly represent the Haudenosaunee and Indigenous people at the highest levels of the game around the world. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I hope you liked Randy's story. To hear more like his, be sure to get your copy of Akhwatsirehko, My Big Family, and don't forget to follow Ontario Native Literacy Coalition and Turtleback Publishing on all your social medias for updates regarding the book.